everyone, my name is Fo. So I was practicing my hair and makeup for some pictures with my husband, and I didn't want to waste this makeup. I know it's a bit dark today, so I'm working with natural lighting. You might not get a chance to fully see me, but hey, I didn't want to waste this makeup, and so I decided I wanted to make a video where I talk about how I met my husband. So let me show you some photos of us first. It's my beautiful, handsome husband. Monday, that's his name. Yes, his name is Monday. So we've been married for over a year now. We got married in August of 2019. But yeah, that's my baby. That's my baby. But I actually met my husband in a feminist theories course. So when I first saw my husband in our feminist theories course, I was like, ooh, I like him. When I looked at him, because I felt like his features were, I didn't realize I was doing this, but subconsciously what I was doing was I was looking at his features and I liked what I saw because they were familiar. Monday is a Nigerian man. My dad is a Nigerian man. Monday is also the same exact tribe as my dad. So I guess when I saw him, I didn't realize that I was really liking what I saw, because what I saw was familiar to me. Familiar, beautiful, handsome. Just I saw him and I liked it. And I actually, this is gonna sound like, it is beyond comprehension, because that's how God works. So I actually heard a voice that said, "That's your husband." The first time I laid eyes on him, a voice outside of me, inside of me, it was so strange. The voice said, "That's your husband." I went home and I wrote on Facebook that day. I said, "I just met my husband in my feminist theories class." And I basically said, "I better dress really nice." And I also texted my best friend that day, and I said, "Girl, I just met my husband in class. I just met my husband." So I started laying it on really thick for class. I mean, like full makeup, outfit, fitted to the body, not anything skimpy or anything like that. But I was wearing very fitted clothing, and the next time I walked in the class, that I remember the first time I actually interacted with him, but it seemed like the second or third day of class. When I walked into class, I noticed he was sitting at the back where I typically sit. So I sat down next to him, and so, we started to chat and everything else. And he was like, "Do you want to be study buddies?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can be study buddies." And he also offered me a ride. Instead of me having to ride the bus home, he offered me a ride back to drop me off in front of my apartment. Now, looking back on it, I'm like, that was kind of stupid. It's a complete stranger. And you let them drop you off in front of your apartment complex. But I don't know. I let him drop. Maybe that wasn't the first time. Actually, no, I don't think the first time that we spoke, I let him drop me off. But still, it was when the class was first picking up that I let him drop me off. But yeah, looking back on it, I'm like, girl, what were you doing? In terms of safety. But I let him drop me off in front of my apartment. And then eventually we started studying together. And I don't know why I chose for him to come to my apartment for us to study instead of us going to the library. But he came to my apartment and we studied, and we sat in the living room the entire time and we studied. And it was just nice. It eventually got to the point where, so he would be dropping me off after class, and it eventually got to the point where, he was coming over to study regularly. We went from sitting at the kitchen table to sitting on the couch. And one day I just decided to kiss him. Like, not on the lips, but on the cheek. I was so forward. I kissed him on the cheek, and I remember his face was just like, what just happened? And so from that day forward, I would just be kissing him on his cheeks, just like kissing him while we're supposed to be studying, just kiss him on his cheeks. And eventually one day we were in the car, and he said to me, he said, I'm just not somebody you can be kissing on. Either we're gonna be exclusive and you're gonna be my girlfriend, or you're not just gonna be kissing on me. He was like, I don't kiss on friends. Are you gonna be my girlfriend and we be exclusive or what? So I decided, I think it was on his birthday, to let him know that, I wanted to be his girlfriend. So I became his girlfriend on his birthday, and this was in 2014. And we dated, and he was just so, it was so refreshing to be with him, and so healing to be with him, to date him. He was very serious about his Christian values. He wouldn't even come into my room when we first officially became girlfriend and boyfriend, and he maintained those Christian values up until we got married. So, and that means in every way we maintain those Christian values, and that felt amazing. We waited for things that are associated with marriage, and we got to know each other. And we didn't get married. So we started dating in 2014. We didn't get married to 2019. Yes, we did that. We waited. I'm so proud of us in that regard. And I always wanted that. I always wanted that in a relationship. I always wanted that. And he granted me that. And, I met a Christian, beautiful, handsome Nigerian man in my feminist theories class. Like, who would expect that? Who would expect that? And the thing I love about Monday, my husband, is that when people meet him, everybody that meets him likes him. And when I say who he is, it just sounds like a bunch of odds and ends don't go together. It's like, how does all this go together? So he took the feminist theories course because he was interested in it. He wanted to see what they would say. He wanted to challenge himself as a Christian man. Also, he's somebody that played college football. So my husband did play college football. Somebody that's very popular. A lot of people like him. And he's also somebody who is an immigrant. He was born in Nigeria, and he came here as a preteen. So, and for him to have the values that he does and behave the way he does and is loving the way he is, and he's so functional and so caring, that's my baby. That's my baby. And meeting him when so many people, let me say this now, when so many people talk about like the dating game and things like that, and I hear what they're saying on YouTube, and I hear the landscape that's carved out for women who are in my age range, 25 and up, who aren't middle age. When I hear the dating game for them, I just feel anxious and I feel saddened. I don't hear any sort of spirituality in that dating game. I don't hear any sort of metaphysical qualities. I don't hear any sort of love stories. To me, when I hear a lot of the dating information that I hear on YouTube, it sounds like a lot of, trying to assemble yourself, like you're a machine to be picked by a certain type of person in order to grant you a certain type of life. And I'm like, what about love? What about love? I really respect conversations about being strategic in terms of protecting yourself to make sure you don't end up with a partner that could ruin your life or waste your time. And I appreciate those conversations. Those strategic conversations about protecting yourself are so necessary. But then when people start talking about different ways of using femininity and things like that as if it's some sort of tool of, it's a tool of persuasion, but also seemingly deception. in order to meet people, in order to meet men, in order to date. I wonder, where's the love in those relationships? Where's the care? Where's the spirituality? It just doesn't sound like a lot of fun, the dating landscape that I hear a lot of women, black women in my age range are enduring right now. So I wanted to share my very unlikely love story, because it's just wonderful, and it's just a testament to how God can do things that we don't even understand. I am so happy in my marriage. That's not to say that we don't have arguments. That's not to say that we don't have disagreements. That's not to say that either one of us are perfect. But I love my marriage, and I love my husband, and I know that might sound like, what? To a lot of people who have this perception of people who work in the women's and gender studies field, which is a largely feminist field. People have these perceptions that women who work in this field don't want to be wives, don't want to be mothers. At some point, I probably do want to be a stay-at-home mom for a period of time. And I don't think people understand that being in women's studies and the feminism that we talk about in academia, the tool of feminism that we talk about, involves somebody being able to choose. Somebody being able to choose what role they want to play in society. You know, do they want to be a career woman? Do they want to be a family associated woman? Do they want to be some sort of hybrid, or, because everybody's not just one thing. I'm someone that's always evolving with the times of what's necessary. And me being in the position that I'm in now, I'm a wife, and I'm also an instructor, an undergraduate instructor. I'm a PhD student, and it's my hope that I will be Dr. Foe. I will earn this doctoral degree. By God's grace, I will have children, and by God's grace, I will make it to my own classroom where I can nurture people, make them feel excellent, instill self-esteem, instill hope through my field of women's studies, and also have a book of my own. So that's the trajectory that I have in mind for my life. Let's see, how God, oversees that, or whatever direction that I'm taking in. But yeah, I met my husband in a feminist theories course. My beautiful, handsome man of my dreams. I always wanted me a Nigerian. Deep down, I knew I wanted me an African man. I never really put my finger on it, but I wanted me an African man. I got me an African man. I got me a beautiful, dark-skinned African man. Yes, Lord. It's like I had me some beautiful, by God's grace, beautiful African, dark-skinned kids. Yes, honey. But yeah, I got what I wanted. My heart's desire. God gave me my heart's desire, and I didn't do anything that was intentionally strategic in terms of a lot of the methods that women are using on YouTube. I was myself, and I was a mess, honey. I was a mess. But for some reason, he liked it. I liked who he was, and here we are. So thank you for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Are you married? How did you meet your love? Let's chat in the comments. What do you think about this current territory that a lot of black women are in terms of dating, the strategies that black women are using? What do you think? Let's chat in the comments. Thanks for watching.